Hey guys, Bob here, and thanks for popping back in at the channel. You can clearly tell today I'm not out in the field, I'm not out at the gun range, I'm sitting in the house. Still kind of cold. We're looking at mid-March here in Michigan. Could get out to the gun range, sloppy, muddy. Instead, I'm in the house, sporting the Arken t-shirt today. And as the title says, I'm going to talk a little bit about 22 long rifle. I know there's a lot of content out there about 22 long rifle. This stuff has really picked up in popularity over the last couple of years. I think mostly probably has something to do with the cost and availability of ammunition, but I guess that's some talk for a different topic. I've got laid out on my table here a handful of the 22 long rifles that I own. I do have some others, but all of these rifles but one are set up with, here's my plug, Arken Optics. So I've got an AR-15 type 1 here, and this is a 223 upper, and it's sporting the little kit that you put inside so you can replace the bolt and you can shoot 22 long rifle ammunition out of it. This thing is a budget build. It's just a throw some lead down there. It's got a Cabela scope up on it. And we'll talk a little bit about that as this video goes on. And I also got a Ruger Precision. It's set up with the EP5 that I've been beating the snot out of lately. You can take a look at that as we go on. I've got a Christiansen Arms Ranger 22. These are a whole nother topic. I do have some content out there about these, but these are another topic that are, may I say, controversial of sorts. A lot of people are having hit and miss experiences with these rifles. Mine's been good. Another one I've got out here is a CZ47. These are a rifle that are used by a lot of people who do some competitive 22 long rifle shooting. And I've got the one with the Manor stock on it and all that stuff. Got Randall's little scope cover on there. You can see that's made from the beer bottle cozy. Thanks, Randall. So what are we talking about here? Well, I thought I would share a little bit of my experience from shooting these rifles. And the CZ457, that may be considered one of the upper tier rifles. Now, I don't own a Voodoo, but the 457, most people they'll agree those things are pretty accurate, and mine is. The Ranger, hey, I've got a good one. I've done a bunch of stuff to it. Mine shoots well. My Ruger Precision, that also shoots well. And that's what this talk is going to be about. And also this conglomeration from the AR platform. And what I wanted to talk about was the accuracy that I'm coming across with these rifles. Now, all but the AR one here, the optics are really the same. I've got the SH series Arken on a couple of these. I'm running the EP5 on the Ruger right now, but normally it also has a SH4 hooked up on here. So when I look at my accuracy with these guns, I'm coming across a pretty universal situation. And that has to do with not really the rifle. Well, let me backtrack. It's not the optic because I'm running the same optic, but it's not so much the rifle that I'm finding is one being a lot more accurate than the other. It's the ammunition I choose. It's simple as that. I've got ammunition from Lapua, Center X, Eley. I've got this stuff from Cabela's that I had in the content the other day, the Winchester ammunition, all kinds of different stuff that are from the TAC ammunition, and different grades of ammunition among those different brands as well. And I could put a whole bunch of different targets up. And I have shared some of that in the past and some of the other content if you scroll back, or hey, just cruise around on some of the other YouTube creators' stuff and you're gonna see it as well. But what I'm really getting at here is each of these rifles is really particular to ammunition. Meaning I can take a certain ammo that shoots great in the Ruger Precision and I'm putting them right through the same hole. And I put that same ammunition in the CZ457 that's touted as the more accurate rifle, and it doesn't shoot well. Conversely, the same way, ammunition that shoots just lights out in the CZ457, I try the ammunition in the Ranger or in this Ruger or some of my other rifles that I have, and it doesn't shoot well. As well, the temperature. I'm here in Michigan, it's cold, everything has actually been below freezing. I've done a lot of shooting in the 20s, and I'm not shooting the biathlon ammunition that's set up with the lubricants for cold weather, and I'm having trouble getting good groups out of any of the ammunition. So talking about 22s and people that are getting in the market to purchase one of these, and you're watching all kinds of content out there, I hope maybe you keep this in mind, that it's not always the rifle. Now, yeah, you can get a rifle that's not set up right, the barrel's hitting the stock, the trigger's really heavy, something like that. I've got these all set up pretty similar as far as trigger pull, all the barrels are floated, things like that. And I'm here to say the biggest variable that I run into with the 22 long rifle is not so much the rifle, it's the ammo. As simple as that. I really can't drag this on any longer. I mean, I could go to the gun range right now, but not going to. It's warmer in the house. And I think I've made the point. So if you're in the market for a 22, I would suggest you check out any of these. I really like my Ranger 22. I've done some work to this rifle as far as it's got some custom stock work that was done by a gunsmith to it. I've got a little bit of work done to the trigger and some floating of the bore and things like that. My CZ457, really haven't done anything to this thing. I just shoot it. And the Ruger, we played with the trigger a bit. And I like all of these rifles, but I have 3 different piles of ammunition because each one kind of needs a different pile if I'm looking for that kind of target-like accuracy. Now, if I'm going out just to plink squirrels or small game or rabbit or just literally, our gun range has a galley where you can shoot spinning targets and things like that. You know what I use for that? It's empty. I use this thing. It's cheap ammunition. It's a cheap setup. It's fun. It works. It's semi-auto. So, hey, I hope you like what you're seeing here. I kept this kind of straightforward. Hey, it might not be anything you don't already know, but if it's something that you haven't been really thinking about or you're in the market for a 22, keep that in mind. If you're looking for really good, great, that sub-MO8 accuracy from your 22 long rifle is probably going to be dependent on ammunition more than the actual rifle. Any of the good bolt guns, I'm thinking, are probably pretty good these days, but you gotta find the ammunition that it likes. So, hey, go ahead, help me out. I'm trying to grow the channel. I'm trying to get this thing up to 2,000 subs so I can promote this thing and get it out there more on YouTube as I start talking about other content other than the Arken Optics. Thanks for checking back in. More content coming, can't even talk. More content coming out soon. See you next time.